Hello and welcome back to Visit Fylde Coast. I'm going to take you on a car ride with me today. Believe it or not, we're in the middle of July and it's enough to freeze you. I don't know whether you can see the clouds in the sky around me, but it's black. And there's loads of clouds blowing up and it's quite inclement and quite cool. It's warm inside, but very cool outside. So I thought I'm going to a meeting in Fleetwood. I'm going to go and film somebody, which is going to be quite interesting, I think. So I thought I would take you with me and we'd have a bit of a driving video because we've not done one for a time, have we? So if you're new in these parts, make sure that you've subscribed, make sure that you've hit the little bell for notifications, make sure that you've signed up for your Visit Fylde Coast email newsletter, and we will go and see what we can see on our journey to Fleetwood. Come with me. So, as you know, I live in Cleveleys. I live in the great metropolis of Cleveleys. And this is the end of Thornton Gate. So Thornton Gate is but a short hop and a skip and a jump away from the town centre. And you can see the tram just there on the right hand side. I won't normally come this way, I'd normally cut round the back streets. But I've come up to the junction so that I can show you the route from Cleveleys into Fleetwood. So this is, let me put the sat nav on because you know what I'm like. I've got no idea where I am. I think this is Rossall Road. I think. I'm not quite sure. Let's put the thing on and then I can tell you where we're actually going. It's either Rossall Road or Fleetwood Road, and Rossall Road. There you go. So on the right hand side is the tramway. And just at the back of us, just not quite where we've passed, is what used to be the Cleveleys cottage exhibition area. And this humpy grass at the other side of the tram tracks that you can see here, this is part of the very, very old sea defences that used to keep the tide out from the inland agricultural areas. And there is actually a video about that, a separate one. So now we've turned into Broadway, so you can understand now why I get so confused, because to be honest, I didn't even know that this was Broadway. My geography is very lacking. So on the left is Rossall School, and at the other side of Rossall School Field is the seafront. You'd never believe you were so near to the seafront, would you? You'd never believe. I don't know whether you can. No, you can't. I was just going to say I don't know whether you can see it through the gap in the trees, but trust me, it's on the left. We're going to go right at this junction here. We're going to go right at the traffic lights and we're going to go down Rossall Lane, she says, looking at the map. Tell you I could get lost in my own back garden, me. And we're going to cut across to a mountainous way, which is the main road between the A585 and Fleetwood. So when you come off the motorway, off the M55, and you follow it through the Riverway roundabout and that rather elaborate new junction and bypass road that they're building, this is where it brings you down to. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we'll stop at the lights. I'll rejoin you in a second. We'll cut that bit. Cut. Goodness, it's a busy junction, is that one. So this is Rossall Lane, and there's a farm on the right-hand side, and these fields on the right-hand side are usually quite wet. It's a bit of a floodplain land, and in winter, in spring and winter and autumn, there are huge flocks of grey-footed geese feeding on these fields. They import, I ask you. They fly in from Iceland, all the way from Iceland, in the big V-shaped skeins and land in these fields to eat and restore their energy and overwinter. Quite a sight, actually. They make such a noise. So this is a mountainous way. And straight in front of us is for my pearls. I don't think he's from the West Country, but never mind. That's one of my super duper accents here. So yeah, this is the 585. It's funny how roads that you use a lot and roads that you know you can never remember what they're actually called. So there you have Eros in front of you, and it is a copy of Eros donated to the town by Mrs. Lofthouse of Fisherman's Friends. It's very nice actually, that. I like that. I think the story goes that she bought it for her own garden and it was too big, so she donated it to Fleetwood. Now whether that's true or not, I don't know, but that's the story that I was told. So this is the bypass road that sort of takes you through. On the right hand side behind all these bushes is the tip at Jamieson Road and the sewage treatment works. So all of the effluent from all of the Fylde coast, from Blackpool and Cleveleys and Bispam and whatnot, all makes its way down a huge pipe to the sewage treatment works, which is just at the back of these bushes at Jamieson Way. And I'm not quite sure what they're doing. They're building some kind of access road here. So I'll carry the story on when we get through the lights. So if you don't know the answer to what they're building on the right hand side here, if I were a betting woman, I would say it's access into Jamieson Road. But I've got no idea what they're doing. So I am intrigued, I must admit. So please pop a comment underneath if you know the answer to that one. I'm sure somebody does. So on the left hand side, as we're just coming up to that sort of grey coloured building at the back of the trees, that's Fisherman's Friend. So that's where the famous little lozenges are made that are exported all over the world. So my particular favourite, as you'll know if you watch Brew It Too, is the blackcurrant one. And I have a sizable stash in my cupboard, thanks largely to Peggy, our dedicated follower and provider of all things Fisherman's Friend. And this is now where we're coming up to the dock at Fleetwood, and it's not entirely obvious where the dock area is, but trust me, it's on the right hand side. So some time ago I did a video about building a new fish park, and it's not swings and roundabouts for fish, it's these grey buildings on the right hand side, and this is where Fleetwood's fish processing industry takes place. So they process, skin, fillet, pack fish that you might buy in the supermarket. And then on the right hand side is Affinity, which of course backs onto the marina, so while you're there you can be looking at the pretty little boats. Now on the left behind these trees is Copse Road, and that's where we're going today. So Copse Road is home to many more industrial companies and quite a few fish processing companies as well. There's a big one down here called A&M Seafoods, and they do a particular line in scallops. Scallops, that's the word I'm looking for. And of course Asda. Everybody needs an Asda. So this is the old industrial area of the town. Sidings Road. Copse Road is the next one if you were to go up to the next junction. So we're going down Sidings Road, and this is fascinating down here. There's all kinds of things, all kinds of old buildings, and I'm sure people that have got far better sense of direction than I've got will know a lot of the history of all these buildings. Smith's Food Group, there's some Smith's Crisps here, did you know that? Wrought Iron, A&M Seafoods on the left, luxury shellfish. And we're going to take our next turning right to the place where we're going to. And we're going to go and find out how fish waste is turned into fertiliser. And that's from the West Country as well. So this is where we're going, by Court Agri. You'll have to come back to watch this video though, because like everything that we do, it's one for you to watch later. Well, that was fascinating. There is a video on the way that's about fish food to fertiliser. So you'll have to tune in. You'll have to tune in and watch that one. But that was really interesting. Very interesting. Very enthusiastic. Very dynamic bloke as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that little drive to the industrial end of Fleetwood. As we come back down here, we will come back out around the other side of Fisherman's Friend, back onto the main road where we came in. So it's all loops and turns, is Fleetwood, and it did take me a long time to work my way around and decide where to go. Fisherman's Friend entrance is just straight in front of us there. And there we are, back to the roundabout. So until next time, we will see you later. We will. So bye for now.